guys. Know that they fly, know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side, CJ Ike. Now I gotta roll with ice. Oh, these brothers my guys.
Hey, how's it going, guys? It's Paul with Spheric Reptiles, and I'm coming to you from the Forward Zoo to look at their herpetology section, their reptile area. Hopefully it'll be something that's beneficial to you when you're keeping your reptiles, especially when establishing those enclosures and those bioactive habitats, that you can actually do something that can actually help the reptile live its longer life. As you know, they live for at least 10 to 15, maybe 25 years or more. So, in looking at the Forward Zoo, who has a great example of how to keep reptiles, then hopefully it'll just add to the benefit and your armament for knowledge and information so that you can keep your reptiles that much better.
I keep boys by my side, CJ Ike. Now I gotta roll with ice.
So as we get ready to walk inside, see they got a cobra or something on the handle. Thank you. Just to look at they put, like one of those Jurassic Park spare no expense type things.
Take a picture of that tortoise.
Coming inside the zoo, it's just really incredible to see the amount of space that they're allowing these larger species. Now, we always see them allow a species such as this Burmese python a little bit of space, but rarely do we ever get to see that space done to where there's a water feature, there's tree features, whether the snake uses it or not, it's still there. So let's just take a look at this Burmese python, and this is how they would exist in the wild, just a normal pattern morph. It was really loud in there, so I just wanted to make sure that you guys could actually hear. You can see the keeper in there tending to the Burmese python in this great enclosure that's full of palm trees, has a water dish. There's a lot, plenty of natural light for the snake to take advantage of and choose which side of the enclosure it wants to be on and all that stuff. This is how you do it. I mean, and I'm going to just really probably reiterate that a lot during this video. Here's a little bit about where Burmese pythons from around the islands of Burma and Indonesia. Now we're going to the West African Gaboon viper. This is probably my favorite of all of the viper species. For one, it just has a really great looking triangulated pattern, and you can see those splotches that go down, or the dorsal pattern, as well as the head. And I'll focus in on the head right here so that you can really get to see just how unique and beautiful this animal is. And it's very, like, the jaws are meant to deliver venom. I mean, whatever it gets a hold of, it's really trying to keep, because in the habitat where it lives, it might not be able to track things down. And this is a heavier bodied snake. So one of the things I always talk about is the habitats. So if we look at this Chinese crocodile lizard, you can see where it's from. They have a definite good description there, kind of showing the area where they're from. And here, as well as just check out this enclosure. I know you can see my gimbal in here, but I'm gonna do the best job I can to get rid of the lighting. Kind of hard to do. So let's just look at that lizard right there, how it's sitting in like perfection in there. It's got an ample amount of water as well as foliage. Let's do a knockout Check out these tentacle snakes. Try to zoom in on them so you can really get to see what they look like. This is the flooded forest section. And I want to show you guys all of these cichlids, these South American cichlids that are in here. Look at all of these South American cichlids that they have in there. And we know how territorial they can be. For any of y'all that have had these as aquarium pets, they even have an educational component here where people can actually pick up a phone and get a fun fact. There's the phones down here and maybe hear what an animal sounds like. It's really cool. The whole magnitude of the place. As well as I got this fake tree here with some more fun facts on it. Some information right there. Thing for the kids to turn around and try to match up what type of animal it is. Looks like it's color coded to maybe help them out a little bit. Let's see what this one is. The American alligator right there. And this is really neat. I love how it's just so interactive. Awareness is key. The more aware we are of our environment and the world we live in, the more likely it is that we'll protect it. Man, so far I'm just really having a good time looking at these animals. Being able to see them in their native habitats, like the enclosure are just out of this world, man. I mean, when you look at the humidity, the temperature, everything from the substrate, the animals look happy. They don't look like they're stressed out because they're not hiding. They're just using that native, I guess, environment that they have so that they can actually exist. And that's what we want to do, right? So I'm gonna just keep on filming, so I'm gonna flip this thing back around and let you guys keep looking. The Guatemalan palm viper in Guatemala. You can barely see it in there, but it is definitely there. Just look at that, the undergrowth, everything. The animal can come from hiding and still feel fairly protected from going under the logs, in between the vines that are there, everything, just perfect. The McGregor viper, my favorite snake. See what it looks like, hiding back there perfectly. Look at that habitat back there, man. Really, really nice. They also have a petting snake area. I guess not. It is a petting zoo, right? Literally, it could be called a petting zoo. Trans-Pecos rat snake. I know some of y'all have these. They make really good pets. Maybe not when they're young, but when you can socialize them, get them used to being handled, then they're a little less fussy. They're definitely incredible animals that we need in our ecosystem. I mean, there's a lot of people here, but still, it's a lot of room to move around. As we look at this Santa Catalina island rattlesnake. See, it's actually from Mexico. And being so, you can tell that it lives in a desert environment. Look at the head on that. Look at those scales on there, just the detail. How it's built for its environment. So cool. A Lake Titicaca frog from South America, and you can see just how small of a place that they're from. Like that's their niche. So if that gets destroyed, then they will cease to exist. So let's get a look at this enclosure here. Looks like they're in a courtship process right here. I've never seen this frog before. It's pretty neat. They have quite a few of them, so maybe they're doing a breeding effort so that they can spread these around. Just look at how incredible this room is. Just absolutely incredible. The entire room. Just the magnitude of this entire room. And this is like a hallway for its other animals, but they also have these river environments so that you can see the rivers of different parts of the world. They're mimicking those. And in each one they have a fish species as well as a lizard species or something like that in there. Check out this Boylan's python in the enclosure. I'm gonna step back so you guys can see just the scope of this thing, how big it is. So this is about, I want to say 8 foot by maybe 10 foot is the enclosure. So if we're having a hard time breeding these, this might be why. Maybe we're not giving them enough space, as well as enough places that would mimic where they're from in the wild. Just zoom into this one. It's trying to make its way down. I say it's a he, it could be a she. It's really fascinating, the size of this animal. It looks to be maybe 8 to 9 feet. About 8 to 9 feet. It's really impressive. I mean, just hopefully they're able to breed these, because we definitely know that the area that they're from is a harsh environment. I don't know if they have a breeding pair in here or if it's just one singular. Again, I'm gonna zoom out one more time, guys, so you can actually see what all is going on in this enclosure. They got some fallen branches, got some ferns in there, as well as they have dark places for the animal to just go and hide. And even on the floor space is very humid, as it should be. And you can see all the way down, man. I mean, it's just really, it allows the animal to thermoregulate itself, as well as to get to an area that is to its liking. This is an African bush viper. I'd like to show you guys the habitat first. See the kind of plants that are in there and the coverage. Have some sphagnum moss on the ground. And then we got the star of the show right there. I'm gonna zoom in for you. See if I can get the eyes on it. eyes of the snakes are what impressed me the most. Oh yeah. This is more of the flooded forest. Big old fish in there, man. We got some caiman lizards in there. We're just chilling out. So they even got a stingray in here. As well as some other species of lizards in there. What I really like is how they have these little facts. They have these facts with each one of the animals that ask, did you know? Which really encourages people to think outside of the box and just kind of open up their minds to the types of environments that reptiles live in and their way of thinking. As we look at this Madagascar tree bull. We'll take a good look. You can see the head moving way, way back there. It blends in so well. As now it's coming to the light, it's just so cool. What an impressive snake. We always think of tree bulls as being all the time up in the trees, but in actuality, they do spend some time on the ground. Vietnamese leaf nose snake. Just look at how impressive this is. And they got a did you know fact here. As I show you the animal, you look closely all the way through the foliage. Here's an example of where they cohabitate, this speckled forest pit viper with these poison dart frogs. Let me let you see just how they have the misting system in there to maintain the humidity. And if you look up there on the top, you can see one of the little frogs hopping along back there, just hopped on a leaf. It's really impressive. And they're all over the place. Just pan over here so you can see. As well as in the back and up top. Love this stuff. They have a lot of exhibits, and they have a lot of wings to this. But the one good thing is that every single enclosure has been dedicated to the species that's keeping it. It's not just thrown together. It's not just some animal in a box. It is actually designed for the animal that's there. I mean, I want you guys to get a good look at what I'm talking about. And we got what they call the Lizard King. I guess that's a good name for it. M.O.L.A dragon. That enclosure is crazy. Let's get this one more time. It's really a fascinating animal. Huge tortoises, Galapagos Island tortoises. All the room that they have to live with. It's really big. I don't know if this is like home. I don't even know if these tortoises have ever even been home somewhere, but you know, pretty sure at the Forward Zoo they get treated really well. So guys, I hope that you enjoyed this tour of the reptile facility at the Forward Zoo as much as I did. So let me know what you think about this video. If you like this type of content, please like and also subscribe. But more importantly, let me know what you think about it. And if nothing else, guys, enjoy the time you spend with your reptiles and cherish that time you have with your families. Thank you.